Hello everyone, my name is Fuse from the University of Helsinki, Finland. I am presenting this paper as a representative alongside Dr. Yuki Hata from Niigata University. It's a great pleasure for me to give this presentation today at the 34th EAJRS in Sofia. Today, I talk about how students in majoring in Japanese language and Japanese studies utilized and attempt to use Japanese resources and databases. We present 4 examples which pertains to student practice that incorporate multilingual and interdisciplinary aspects. These examples also connect to the presentation by Koizumi-san from Leiden University yesterday, specifically highlighting the challenges students faced with Anglo-centric facilities in the context of information seeking. In contemporary higher education, key skills include being able to apply knowledge and use a variety of resources, which are also needed in working life. After graduating from a university, students majoring in Japanese language and Japanese studies often find employment in Finland in fields related to Japan, such as diplomacy, commerce, tourism, or research. In their work, they may be asked to give advice as an expert on Japan, or they may be asked to do preliminary research for a task. In this context, students are not only expected to acquire specialized knowledge of Japanese language and culture, but also to explore fields beyond their primary expertise. Therefore, it is crucial for them to understand how to access and utilize resources related to Japan effectively. Before presenting students' practices, here is some background information on the course and the seminar. This is a case of an applied project course for master's level students at the University of Helsinki in the spring of 2024. In the course, students tasked with planning and organizing the Japanese Stories About Food seminar, which was open to the public. They were also responsible for managing related events, such as an online exhibition of Japanese materials brought from Japan by the seminar lecturers and material held by the National Library of Finland. Finally, the students translated lectures from the seminar that were published on various channels. The Japanese Stories About Food seminar is part of our ongoing collaboration to establish a network for Japanese studies between Finland and Japan. One of our earlier achievements was the Kuzushiji seminar in Helsinki in 2019, and Sasaki Sensei also offered us a valuable lecture in the seminar. We presented the profile of this project at the EAJRS 2019 in Sofia. The 2024 seminar aimed to introduce Finnish audiences to how food culture is portrayed in Japanese literature. The seminar was held in a hybrid format at the National Library of Finland. The invited lectures represented different areas of Japanese literature, modern, early modern, and folklore. To cater to the general public and to accommodate multilingualism, the seminar was conducted in 3 languages: Finnish, Japanese, and English. In this section, we would like to showcase how students engaged with Japanese materials. To promote the seminar, the students designed posters in both Finnish and English. One of the most challenging aspects was sourcing suitable images for the poster and translating the lecture titles from Japanese into both English and Finnish. We present an outline of the process they followed to retrieve digital images for the posters. Initially, the students began by searching for images for the poster by browsing the NDL image bank by theme. However, upon discovering the extensive range of themes available, she opted to use keyword search to find a suitable image. Her idea was to find an image related to both food and the Edo period, preferably in neutral tones. She ultimately conducted her search using the keyword food and Edo, ryori, shoku, Edo jidai, etc. in both English and Japanese. However, combining these keywords still did not produce any suitable images, so she revisited the semantic pages in search of relevant images. During her search, she discovered a collection titled Seiji Gaho and identified an image she thought it would work well for the poster. However, after asking other students for feedback, she was reminded to check the copyright restrictions on the image, which stated that it could not be used for the poster. She ended up researching image restriction further by visiting using the correction section of the NDL website. There, she encountered the statement related to copyright issue. This led her to search for images in the NDL Digital Correction Online Archive. She first explored the related item section of the online archive in English, searching for images similar to the initial one, Seiji Gaho. Eventually, she discovered a picture titled Ehon Takara no Itosuji. She found that this image matched both stylistically and semantically with the seminar poster, and it was also freely available for download from the same page. Consequently, she decided to choose it. The students mentioned she had difficulty finding the language option on the image bank initially, as they were positioned at the bottom of the page, unlike most sites in Finland, where such options are typically at the top of the page. She also pointed out the absence of a search facility on the English language page of the NDL image bank. To develop a seminar title in Finnish, Japanese, and English, the students had to ensure the title was suitable and naturally expressed in each language. They utilized various dictionaries and scientific term databases across different languages to achieve this. The following outlines the students' process and experience. The teacher presented the students with the Japanese title used for the grant application. The students responsible for creating the poster translated the title into Finnish and English. Another student suggested using more academic and professional terms in the title. The student highlighted the terminological differences between the languages. In Finnish, folklore and myths are often distinguished from literature. The varying nuance of three terms, theme, subject, and motive were also discussed. This is a copy of students' comment in the educational platform Moodle, which are written in Finnish and Japanese in a mixed way. As a result of the discussion, the following titles were proposed. In response to this suggestion, the teacher asked, "Why don't you use the word literature?" The students explained that the decision to omit the term literature was due to the lecture's topic. Including literature in the seminar title would not align with Wednesday's theme, which was more appropriate situated in the fields of cultural studies or folklore. The students also explained the meaning of the Finnish term kertomus, which can encompass both folklore and literature. The translation of food was discussed among the students, and they decided to use the term shoku. The final version of the seminar titles were as followed. 日本の物語と食、Japanese kertomuksia ruoasta, Japanese stories about food. Students shared their opinions in a WhatsApp group and later reported the following dictionaries and databases were used in the discussion. The students' practice demonstrate cross-referencing sites of dictionaries and academic terminology in various languages. Finnish language does not belong to Indo-European languages, which affect to the work of translation and also search result, especially through AI technology. Following the seminar, the students translated the lecture summaries and organized an online exhibition featuring materials brought by the lecturers, as well as Japanese books from the National Library collection. The University of Helsinki encourages its teachers to incorporate AI in their teaching practices. According to the university regulation on AI usage, AI should be viewed as an opportunity rather than a challenge. The students in the course actively utilized AI tools for tasks. However, they occasionally encountered difficulties when searching across multilingual contexts, especially when searching terminology outside their areas of expertise. We will present two examples to illustrate these challenges for the translation of the lecture summaries. The students who initially translated the title of the seminar lectures used QReChat, ChatGPT, DeepL in Finnish, which did not recognize the term hibyoshi. This term is basic knowledge in Japanese literature, but it was unfamiliar to the students who had not studied Japanese literature at the university level. The teacher provided information from basic Japanese literature from the Edo period, including the translation of Professor Mayumi Tsuda's lecture summary at the Kuzushiji seminar in 2019. The students subsequently discussed how to explain the term kibyoshi in Finnish, particularly if it were romanized in the same way as in English. The students discussed whether the term should include the word yellow in its Finnish translation. Translating the term toshigami posed a challenge for the students, partly because there is no published material on the term in Finnish. Students utilized QReChat and ChatGPT in Japanese, Finnish, and English to search for information on toshigami, and this is search result in Finnish, which is roughly translated in English. You can notice this information is completely useless. In contrast, several English language resources were available online. Overall, while specific Finnish language materials on toshigami might be insufficient, broader resources on Japanese culture could still provide valuable insights. As the analysis shows, students' search activities were both multilingual and interdisciplinary, encompassing a wide range of resources and databases. In this project, in particular, the multilingual language use requires the students to invest additional time and efforts to consider the differences and similarities between languages, as well as the knowledge associated with them, such as differences of search facilities. The findings of the analysis provide valuable insights from multiple perspectives. From an information literacy standpoint, students face challenges navigating and locating appropriate information, particularly image, among an overwhelming amount of data. This observation suggests that Japanese studies curricula could benefit from incorporating strategies to enhance students' abilities to find relevant Japanese digital and image resources in both Japanese and English. So far, I use NCC Japanese Digital Image Gateway in my teaching. It is also crucial to enhance skills in cross-searching across various databases and to develop strategies for locating materials in multiple languages, whether on a single platform or across different platforms. Additionally, it is important to address the limitations of each language-specific database and to cultivate the ability to evaluate and select appropriate materials, especially when using AI tools. From the perspective of Japanese studies education, it is crucial for teachers to provide guidance and practice on setting appropriate search terms in Japanese. In the case of the Japanese language, search results can significantly differ depending on whether you use Romanized terms, Latin scripts, or Japanese characters, non-Latin scripts. It is important for students to recognize that search results can vary across different languages. Therefore, conducting searches in multiple languages is crucial. This is the last slide. This project has established vital connections between specialists from Japan and local staff at Finnish institutions, as well as local audiences in Finland who have an interest in Japan. A librarian consulted Dr. Hata regarding unclear information about books in the National Library of Finland. Dr. Hata provided detailed information on the books as well as guidance on how to search for information on unknown books in the future. This project gave local audiences an opportunity to become more familiar with local materials related to Japan in the Finnish library collections. Thank you so much for listening to our presentation.
畑さん、プレゼンありがとうございました。質問ある方、あとね、3分ぐらい時間あるんで、じゃあ、どうぞ。
Thank you so much for your presentation. I find the example of a Kibyoshi translation extremely interesting and relatable. And I was wondering, because as I presented yesterday, I saw that it's the case in Finland that you have to kind of go through English to come back to, what is it, from Japanese to Finnish. Especially those like very different languages, you have to, I think also teaching, I think you have to rely on like English sources and then Finnish, but how do you manage the like ratio or balance in terms of translation on the, not just a research level, but on the teaching level?
Thank you very much for very good question, good point. This was a project course, so my main purpose was they need to work independently. So I was just following their work, how to reach kind of appropriate explanation of Kibyoshi, and they try to read so they notice the Finnish information through AI. Is useless. So they tried to read explanation in Japanese language, but it was too difficult for them who doesn't have any basic knowledge Japanese literature. So some of them asked Japanese exchange students to help them to understand Japanese text. And other students tried to search for English materials, but still some barrier because some of explanation in English is also too much professional for them. It's not suitable for them. So it was very long process for them. And this time just I was observing work. But maybe if it is teaching, so how to access information, so I need to help more and how to distinguish kind of basic knowledge level or professional knowledge level. And I might introduce, for example, handbook to students.
はい、ありがとうございます。あともう一個、じゃあ、矢部さん。
Thank you very much for your presentation. I myself joined digitally a part of the seminar in this spring, and I'm really impressed how much energy you use and patience to mobilize students studying and activities. And often we have short time, they give them information and they use, but this way you give this chance, maybe takes much more long time, but I'm really sure that students learn much more. So it is really time consuming for you too, but you are really patient to give them really good learning chance, I think. And I'm really impressed how much work also by students behind this seminar. So I joined myself. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for very positive comments. Yes, I myself is a media studies scholar, so I was very interested in observing students' work. But at the same time, I am a teacher of Japanese language and culture, so it was challenging for me to decide which point I should give advice. Should I give now advice or solution? Or hints? That was very difficult, challenging for me. But anyway, students very actively work and they were excited to utilize their knowledge. They felt, okay, now what I am using, I am exactly using what I have learned. That was their comments. So I think it was very good learning for them.
はい、ありがとうございました。ちょっと時間がおっしゃったんで、切ります。じゃあ、発表ありがとうございました。Thank you for your presentation.